Shocking. See what made military to flee from the barrack. You won't believe what really happened. One of the most feared set of people in Nigeria are the military men, and no one would have thought that anything can scare them. Well, many years ago, an explosion happened in Ikeja army barracks, and the military men had to run for their lives. The incident explosion was so bad that it ruined hundreds of homes, sending children, teens, and adults fleeing in all directions, unsure of what way to turn. As they fled, many died, whereas others divided into canals to stay alive. The explosion happened on Sunday before 6 p.m. 2002, and some bombshells were actually detonated above Lagos. The blast shattered windows up to 10 kilometers away, and the impact could be heard from 20 yards away. A lot of panicking people were trying to evacuate the area at the time, and hundreds of people were left trapped along the Okiafa and Bako canals. Others drowned because they didn't realize how deep the water was. Some people were pushed into the canals by the mob's overpowering weight. After the explosion subsided after midnight, fishermen began combing the canals for bodies and hauling them out with poles around daylight. Most of those killed were not killed by the bursting shells. They died while trying to save their lives by jumping into a deep canal. Kazim Kasali, the leader of a fisherman's rescue team, recovered 84 bodies and over 300 bodies by his team. Parents within the neighborhood and army officers lost their children and wives. A hospital nearby admitted 152 bodies, which most children aging from 4 years and above. Sadly, while the country wept, mound of dead rose alongside the canals as bereft parents looked for their missing children and daughters. According to sources, more than 600 people have died, but it is said that the people that died were more than this. Many were also severely injured. Worst of all, a large number of youngsters were killed. AFP states that a witness said it counted more than 580 dead, even though there has been no official confirmation of death. An equal number of people died according to Reuters. You see, what kills the most in Nigeria now of recent is explosion. What kills the most in Nigeria now as we speak is explosion. And it's so saddening that despite these continuous explosions, Nigerian government are not doing anything to checkmate what is really causing this explosion. Look at the Olusegun Obasanjo library that was exploded. This explosion actually was caused by a very nearby gas plant that was set up at the Obasanjo library. According to a reliable source, they made us to understand that the explosion came up as a result of a loose cylinder, which they are trying to fill within that period. So while trying to remove the nozzle from the cylinder, because the mouth of the cylinder is already loosed, so the nozzle fell and exploded, and the whole place caught fire, and it affected the Obasanjo library. I don't know what has been done as regard that at present. See, Places like Obasanjo's library are not supposed to be very close to such an establishment, a gas plant. The gas plant is supposed to be as in far deep inside the forest, close to the forest. Not that it's not a deep forest really, but it should be somewhere like behind a forest, just like a fish farm is advised to be built close to the forest, so that the channeling of the water can be easily be directed to to the to the canal. Because when it is built in a developed environment, when the water flows, it disturbs the residents, and so the residents complains because of the smell. So the same goes to a gas plant. You understand? To a gas plant. A gas plant is not supposed to be built in a very in a modern or open environment. It has the same issue with with a fish farm, because of the disaster that it causes. All right. So I tell you this, that if something very fast is done about this, you will see that there will be a lasting solution about it. Now, for these very soldiers that that flee, not minding who they are, what they are, is, yeah, they have to flee. You cannot compare. You see what is very, very dangerous in this world. The two things that are very dangerous in this world is fire and water. You cannot deal with them. So forget if you are a soldier, won't see these things of this sort happens, you must pick to your heels. You must. You will not even give it a second look. I tell you, you won't mind what is happening. You will just take to your heels. You will just disappear. You will run away. You won't think about it. You won't say, "Oh, me a soldier. Who are you? Fuck you." We are talking about fire here. Fire. You can't contest with fire, or else you die. Let me hear from you, my dear viewers, on this that has really happened to these soldiers, because it's quite pathetic. I won't lie to you. Yeah, it's quite pathetic. Don't forget to click on the red subscribe buttons as well as the bell buttons to get updated each time we upload any new videos. Thank you.